Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever wondered how much time you really have left after 70? Not in a scary or morbid way, but in an honest, heart-to-heart kind of way? Because science is finally giving us answers, not guesses, not myths, real signs in your body, your habits, and your daily life that quietly whisper how much longer you might be here. And here's the good news. Once you know what to look for, you can actually improve many of them. So lean in close. This could be the most important video you ever watch. If this message speaks to you, if you care about living longer, feeling stronger, and protecting your future, please hit that subscribe button. Like this video so it reaches more people like you. And leave a comment to let us know you're still fighting for your best years. You might not think much about how fast you walk, but doctors and researchers do. In fact, if you're over 70, your walking speed is one of the most powerful, scientifically proven indicators of how long you'll live. Let me explain. Researchers call this the gait speed test, and it's exactly what it sounds like. How fast you walk over a short distance, usually about 10 feet. Doesn't seem like much, right? But this small test tells a big story. A study published in JAMA, Journal of the American Medical Association, looked at nearly 35,000 older adults and found a strong link between walking speed and lifespan. People who walked faster than 2.6 feet per second had a far better chance of living another 10 years compared to those who walked more slowly. Why? Because walking uses so much of your body at once. Your heart, lungs, brain, nervous system, muscles, and even your emotional state. So when walking slows down, it's often a sign that one or more of these systems is under strain. Here's what to watch for. If it takes effort to get going, if you feel wobbly or uncertain, if you shuffle or drag your feet, if people regularly pass you while walking, none of these means something is wrong with you. They're signals, not sentences, and that's the beauty of it, because signals can be worked on. So how do you improve your walking speed? First, walk daily, even 10 minutes. A day around your home or down your driveway is a victory. Second, include balance and strength exercises like standing on one foot, side leg lifts, or gentle stair climbing. Third, check your footwear. Old worn-out shoes can slow you down more than you realize. Also, be mindful of medications that might make you feel drowsy or dizzy. Talk to your doctor about side effects if you've noticed a recent decline in pace. And finally, don't forget your mindset. Sometimes the biggest slowdown comes from losing confidence in your body. But the more you move, the more your body remembers what it can do. Let's be clear, this isn't about racing anyone. This is about reclaiming movement, one step at a time. You don't need to be fast. You just need to be stronger than yesterday. Because the truth is, every step you take, no matter how slow, is a step away from the grave and a step back toward life. So if you're still walking, even just a little, then friend, you're still winning. It might surprise you, but how firmly you can squeeze someone's hand could say more about your future than any blood test. That's right. Your grip strength, the power in your hand, is one of the strongest predictors of longevity after age 70. This isn't just some old wives' tale or gym advice. It's backed by science. A major study from The Lancet followed over 140,000 people in 17 countries and found that lower grip strength was directly linked to a higher risk of death, not just from heart disease, but from all causes. So what does this mean for you? It means that your hands aren't just for holding spoons or writing cards. They're an extension of your overall muscle strength, your nervous system, and even your heart health. When your grip weakens, it often reflects something deeper. Loss of muscle mass, called sarcopenia, poor circulation, neurological decline, or simply you're using your hands less. If it's harder for you to open jars, carry groceries, or hold onto a railing, that's not just about convenience, it's a red flag. So how can you check your grip strength? Try this. Grab a bathroom scale with both hands and squeeze it as hard as you can. If you can't get it to move much, or if it feels hard to hold for 10 seconds, your grip might be weakening. But don't worry, this isn't a life sentence. It's a wake-up call, and you can absolutely improve it. Here's how. Use hand grips or squeeze balls. These small tools are powerful. Keep one by your chair or TV remote. Carry grocery bags by hand instead of using a cart. When safe, do light. Dumbbell exercises that work your forearms and hands. Even soup cans work. Use a wet towel to wring and twist. It's a great workout that feels natural. Also, don't forget about nutrition. Your muscles need protein to grow and stay strong, especially as you age. And your nerves need healthy fats like olive oil, nuts, and omega-3s to send signals properly. But here's what matters most. Never believe the lie that weak hands are just part of aging. They're not. Your body responds to what you do with it, and when you choose to grip life a little tighter, life tends to hold on to you a little longer. So, if your hands still work, even a little, use them. Squeeze, hold, strengthen, because your grip on life is still in your hands, quite literally. You want to know one of the biggest secrets to a longer life after 70? It's not a vitamin, it's not a surgery, it's not even a superfood, it's people. That's right. Staying connected, truly connected, is one of the strongest scientific predictors of how long you'll live. Not just how long, actually, but how well. And we're not talking about how many birthday cards you get. This is about the quality of your relationships, how often you talk, laugh, and feel seen. In a famous study from Harvard that spanned over 80 years, researchers followed men into old age. The conclusion: those with strong social ties, friends, family, church members, neighbors, lived longer, got sick less often, and even experienced less memory loss. Here's why this matters so much after 70. When you're younger, the world comes to you through work, kids, errands. But as you get older, the world can quietly shrink. Kids move away, friends pass, energy wanes, and loneliness can creep in like a slow fog. But here's the danger. Loneliness doesn't just make you sad. It increases inflammation, raises blood pressure, weakens your immune system, and even doubles your risk of dementia. It's now considered as harmful to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Let that sink in. But here's the beautiful part. This is one of the most treatable signs on the list, because you can take action today, even right now. Here's how. Call one friend this week. Just one. Don't wait for them to reach out. Join a walking group, book club, or senior circle. Even once a month matters. Go back to church or temple, not for the sermons, but for the smiles. Talk to your neighbors. Even small chats can boost oxytocin, the feel-good hormone. And if you've lost people, if you feel forgotten, please hear this. You are still needed. You are still worthy of love and laughter. You are still allowed to make new friends at 70, 80, or even 90. Human connection is the medicine that doesn't come in a bottle. So reach out, even if it feels awkward, even if it's been years, because the hand you extend today might be the reason you're still here tomorrow. Most people think weight loss is a good thing, and in many cases, it is. But after 70, unintentional weight loss is a serious red flag. If the pounds are slipping off and you're not trying, it's time to pay attention. Because in older adults, unexplained weight loss often means the body is losing muscle, not just fat. And that spells trouble. It's called sarcopenia, the medical word for age-related muscle loss. And it's not just about looking thin. Sarcopenia weakens your strength, your balance, your bones, your immune system, and yes, your heart. In fact, studies show that people over 70 who lose more than 5% of their body weight in 6 to 12 months without trying are at a significantly higher risk of death, hospitalization, and functional decline. So why does this happen? Here are a few possible causes. Malnutrition, not getting enough protein, calories, or nutrients, depression or grief. Both can dull appetite. Dental issues. Pain while chewing often leads to less eating. Chronic disease. Cancer, thyroid. Problems or even infections can cause wasting medication. Side effects, especially those that cause nausea or change taste. Now, let's be real. A little weight fluctuation is normal. But if your clothes feel looser, if your rings are sliding off, or if the scale keeps dropping without a change in diet or exercise, that's not a victory. That's your body waving a flag. So what should you do? First, don't brush it off. Talk to your doctor. They may check for hidden conditions, review medications, or recommend nutritional support. Second, focus on protein-rich meals, eggs, fish, beans, chicken, or even protein shakes. Older adults need more protein than younger ones to maintain muscle. Third, keep moving. Resistance training, even with light bands or soup cans, can help rebuild lost muscle. It's never too late. And finally, treat eating like a form of healing. Eat with others when you can. Make food enjoyable. Choose meals you actually look forward to, because your body isn't just losing weight, it's losing resilience, and you have the power to stop it. So if the scale is dropping and you didn't ask it to, speak up. Your health is worth the conversation. Let me ask you something simple. When was the last time you checked your pulse? Because buried in that quiet rhythm of your heart is a powerful clue about your future. Your resting heart rate, the number of times your heart beats per minute while you're at rest, can actually predict how long you'll live after 70. And science backs this up. According to a large study published in the European Heart Journal, people over 65 with a resting heart rate above 80 beats per minute had a significantly higher risk of early death, particularly from heart disease and stroke. Why? Because your heart is a muscle. And like any muscle, the harder it has to work. Just to do the basics, the more strain it's under, especially over time. A slower resting heart rate, usually between 60-70 BPM, means your heart is more efficient, healthier, and better able to handle life's daily demands. But here's the important part. It's not about obsessing over numbers. It's about recognizing changes. If your resting heart rate used to be in the 60s and now it's in the 80s, something might be off. Maybe it's stress, maybe it's lack of activity, or maybe your heart is quietly struggling. You can measure it right now. Here's how. Sit calmly for 5 minutes. Place 2 fingers on your wrist or neck and count your pulse. For 15 seconds, multiply that number by 4. That's your resting BPM. If it's consistently over 80, especially without exercise, talk to your doctor. It could be a sign of dehydration, low fitness levels, thyroid issues, medication side effects, or underlying heart conditions. But here's the good news, you can improve it. Start walking daily, breathe deeply, reduce caffeine, stay hydrated, and most importantly, rest. Your heart needs calm as much as it needs cardio, because every beat matters, and when your heart doesn't have to work so hard just to keep you alive, it's free to do what it was made to do. Keep you here, longer, stronger, and full of life. Let's pause for a moment and ask something deeper than usual. Why do you wake up in the morning? Is it to tend your garden, to call your daughter, to pray, to help at the church, to see what the sunrise looks like today? If you have an answer, any answer, you've already unlocked one of the most powerful secrets to living longer after 70. It's called purpose. And science shows it's not just emotional fluff, it's a biological force. Researchers from the University of Michigan and Harvard found that older adults with a strong sense of purpose had a lower risk of death, heart problems, and even Alzheimer's. In fact, People with purpose were more than twice as likely to be alive over the next 5 years than those who felt aimless. Think about that. Having a reason to get out of bed in the morning is as powerful as exercise and diet combined. Why? Because purpose keeps your brain engaged, your body moving, and your heart hopeful. It strengthens your immune system. It calms stress hormones like cortisol. It encourages better habits, and it fills you with a sense that you still matter. And let me say this, you do. Even if you've retired, even if your family is distant, even if you live alone, your life still counts. And the moment you decide your days still have meaning, they do. Here's how to rediscover your purpose. Write down 3 things you enjoy doing. Anything that brings you peace or pride. Volunteer. Even just once a month, someone needs your experience. Start something small, a prayer group, a garden, a journal mentor, someone younger. Your story has wisdom they need. Adopt a pet. Giving care brings life back to your own. And if all you can do today is smile at someone or call an old friend, that's purpose too. Because purpose isn't about being busy. It's about being needed, even by just one soul. And when you feel needed, you feel alive. And when you feel alive, your body listens. So wake up tomorrow with intention, even if it's just to breathe in the air and say, "Thank you, I'm still here." Because that is enough. Most people think as long as you sleep 7 or 8 hours, you're doing just fine. But after 70, it's not just how long you sleep, it's how well. In fact, poor sleep quality, even if you're in bed for 9 hours, is a hidden predictor of how long you'll live. Fragmented, restless sleep increases the risk of memory decline, weakened immunity, heart disease, and even early death. And here's the problem. Many older adults don't realize their sleep is broken. They just think it's normal to wake up multiple times a night, feel tired all day, nap excessively, or feel foggy even after sleeping enough. But this kind of poor sleep is a warning sign, not just of aging, but of something deeper going wrong in the body. It might mean blood sugar is too high or too low. Stress hormones, like cortisol, are staying elevated. Melatonin levels are too low, or that sleep apnea, arthritis, or even early dementia is disrupting your rest. So how can you fix this? Start simple. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Avoid big meals, alcohol, and TV close to bedtime. Dim the lights an hour before bed. Darkness helps trigger melatonin. Take a warm shower or bath. It relaxes muscles and signals the brain. It's time to sleep. Keep the bedroom cool and quiet. Your body sleeps best at 65 to 68 degrees Celsius. Avoid sleeping pills unless your doctor insists. Many sedatives can increase confusion and fall risk in seniors, and they don't improve deep sleep. Instead, try natural aids, magnesium glycinate melatonin, small doses, or herbal teas like chamomile or lemon balm. And here's something no one tells you: sleep is emotional too. Loneliness, anxiety, or unresolved grief often show up at night. Don't ignore these. Talking to someone, a counselor, a friend, a pastor, can heal more than medicine, because your sleep is when your body repairs, restores, and resets. If it's broken, your healing gets delayed. So don't settle for just being in bed. Fight for better sleep, because a peaceful night leads to a longer life. It might sound like a small thing, but your ability to stand up from a chair or the floor without using your hands could predict how long you'll live. No fancy test, no needles, just you, a chair, and your body. Researchers call this the sit-to-stand test, and it's shockingly accurate. In one major study published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology, people aged 51 to 80 were asked to sit on the floor and then stand back up without support. Those who couldn't do it, or needed help from their hands, knees, or other supports, had a 5 to 6 times higher risk of death in the following years. Why does this simple movement matter so much? Because it reveals multiple systems working together. Leg strength, core balance, joint mobility coordination, neurological control. If one of these areas is weak, the body compensates. And that's often when injuries, falls, and rapid decline begin. Let me put it plainly, if you can't get up easily, you may struggle to recover from even small setbacks, like a cold, a fall, or surgery. That's why this test is a predictor of resilience and survival. So here's a test you can do at home. Sit in a sturdy chair with no arms, cross your arms over your chest, stand up and sit down 5 times without using your hands. If it feels hard, don't panic. But take it seriously. Here's how to improve it. Practice sit-to-stand reps daily with support if needed. Do chair squats, slowly lowering and rising from the seat. Strengthen your core and thighs with seated marches or leg lifts. Stretch your hip, flexors and hamstrings to improve flexibility. Work on balance by standing on one foot near a wall or counter. You don't need to be an athlete, but you do need to stay independent. And that starts with mastering one of life's simplest and most powerful movements, because being able to rise means you're not done yet. You can't see it, you can't feel it, but it might be silently shortening your life. We're talking about chronic inflammation, a quiet, ongoing fire in your body that slowly damages your cells, your organs, and your future. After age 70, this hidden inflammation becomes a powerful predictor of how long you'll live. And unlike swelling from an injury or redness from a bug bite, which assigns your immune system is doing its job, chronic inflammation never turns off. It just simmers day after day, wearing your body down like a slow leak in a tire. Doctors measure it with a simple blood test called CRP, C-reactive protein, or sometimes IL-6 or TNF-alpha. If your levels are high, that's a warning, not of a disease necessarily, but of risk. Studies have linked high CRP levels in older adults with heart attacks and strokes, Alzheimer's, and memory decline, diabetes, cancer, frailty, and early death, even when other health markers look okay. So where does all this inflammation come from? Here's what fuels it. A diet high in sugar, processed foods, and fried items, lack of movement, poor sleep, chronic stress, hidden infections or autoimmune disorders, and even loneliness. Yes, emotional pain can trigger physical inflammation. But here's the hope: you can lower it. Start with your plate. Eat more colorful vegetables, berries, nuts, fatty fish, and olive oil. Cut back on white bread, sweets, soda, and processed meats. Drink plenty of water. Try green tea or turmeric. Both naturally anti-inflammatory. Move your body. Even a daily 15-minute walk lowers CRP. Gentle yoga or Tai Chi helps too. Rest your mind. Deep breathing, prayer or meditation, listening to calming music or reading something uplifting, and get your levels checked. It's a simple blood test that tells you so much, because the enemy you don't see is the most dangerous. But the fire that's quiet is also the easiest to put out. Inflammation is not your fate. It's a signal, a chance, a call to care for yourself more deeply. So take the heat seriously and cool your body from the inside out, because peace in the body leads to more time on this earth.